I think we're live. Good morning, everybody. My name is Pat Webb, and this is Pat Webb's Pots or Pat's Pot page. So I am, let me take this little thing off the screen. Layers. Is that the right layer? Yeah. Just take that off of there. Get rid of that little box. And so anyway, kiln opening. I'm excited. There's some new stuff in here. I have had a sneaky peek. And so this is the first time I've tried the peacock glaze method. There's also several pieces in here that were refired from the last kiln load. This is a cone 6 firing. My little kiln guardian here, he broke a leg last time. I guess I'm going to have to make a new kiln guardian, but we'll see how effective he was. Get the leaves off. Open this up. I did prop the lid this morning, and I forgot to grab gloves. We're probably going to get pretty warm in here. So let me bring you over and give you a peek. I'm trying a new setup. Sorry about the wobblies. There is the top shelf. Looking pretty good. The cone broke, but that is a 7. So we got kind of hot on there. Pull that out. It's stuck to the overexposed. Stuck to the stilt or the kiln post, so I'll have to fix that. But things look pretty good in there. Refire of the iris vase didn't work well. And I do want to, I'm going to take a picture for still shots real quick. I try to do this from the same angle every time, so I can do before and after. All right, let's get into it. This was a hand painted, let's see if I can get a good picture here. Vanilla bean. Oh, the exposure is terrible. Let me see. Can I? Anyway, vanilla bean painting. It looks really good in person. My name on the bottom. And Paula McCoy's Colors for Earth color concentrates are what I used for this. A couple of vanilla beans down in the bottom. What is that black stuff? Anyway, I'm really happy with that. It turned out fabulous. And I will post pictures later. I'll edit this and post pictures on the stills at the end. Tulip vase. This was done with stroke and coat underglazes, velvet underglazes. The bottom is decorated. There's my name on there. I'm happy with how this turned out. I didn't get as much detail on the leaves as I wanted on some of them, but it still turned out okay. A little bit of down inside, there's a little bit of bubbling, but nothing that's going to affect the use of it. Let's get rid of these posts. And there go the cones. Do that without cutting myself. All right. Yay. Little victories. Okay. This was a refire. It turned out much better. Still a couple of little thin spots, but the floating blue floated a lot better. Little thin right there. Little thin still on the handle. Oh no. Serious bubbling inside. Did not have that before. It might get, oh, and we got a crack. That is a risk when you refire. So I guess I'm going to have to keep that one. And this is a mega mug, I got to say. Let's see how the other refired mug went. All right, I don't see any problems inside. The outside looks better. I put a little red stroke and coat and some flux on there. I wasn't happy with how this looked, and this was too thin here, right through here. But overall now it looks good. I'm not going to risk another refire. It has more interest with the flux that I put on there. And I did slip trailing on this one. And I wanted to see how the floating blue did over texture. It did pretty good. All right, that was a success. This was the other refire, and this part right here came out all blistered in the first firing, and it's still blistered in this firing. So, and I'm losing definition on my irises, so I may just take a Dremel with a diamond bit and sand it down and leave it as it is. I don't know. We'll see. Disappointed in that piece. I was really hoping that it would turn out better than it did, but it is what it is. And I don't mean to rush here, but I know your time is valuable, and I've got to get to work at 11 o'clock, and it is 10:42. So, all right, this one I was excited about. It says, a country boy can survive, a country girl will survive, and has little butterflies on it, little vines around the base here, little vines underneath. I had originally done another design and didn't like it and washed it off, and it's kind of showing through, but that's okay. And it's got floating blue on the inside. This was a test piece. The letters are a silkscreen that I made, and I'll put the link to the silkscreen kit in the comments. All right, this guy is a water whistle, and it turned out really cute. I like that. It's a little soda fountain, and you put water in there, and when you blow in the whistle, it bubbles, and it's kind of reminiscent of, blowing bubbles in your soda. So anyway, happy with that one. This one again was inspired by Paula McCoy. It is poppies on the bottom. Bottom is unglazed, but it does have the colors for earth painting, and you can see how they don't bleed on the kiln shelf. They don't stick. The colors for earth color concentrates don't stick. The other ones, and I can't think of the name right off the top of my head, they have a flux in them, so they do stick. Now, the fun one. This is a set of 3 nesting bowls, and this is one of the first peacock patterns that I've done. I am happy with how that turned out. The pink ran, and you can't see the chattering, but that's okay. It's still kind of cool. Got some variation going on there with the butterscotch opal. I did put flux in the Ingleside, not Ingleside, the seafoam, John Britt seafoam on the rim, which bled down into the butterscotch, which fluxed into the Ingleside pink, which ran over the butterscotch, but still pretty cool outcome there. And I love the inside. That is pretty. All right, I'm going to set this aside because there are 2 more bowls that go to this set. And when they nest, it should look like a flower. So let's get this shelf out of here. Make sure none of the kiln posts are stuck to it. All right. Let me set this down where it won't break. And I'll bring you in for a look at the next layer. Doesn't look bad at all, actually. Kind of happy with that. And we got to a good cone 6.5 easily, almost a 7 on that shelf. Fired a little hot, but that's okay. I see glaze drips in the bottom of the kiln, so I'm going to have to clean that out. I don't see anything laying on its side yet, so we're good there. And let me put you back here. Sorry about the overexposure, guys. natural lighting and all that. Okay, picture for posterity. Okay, this would be the big peacock bowl. And let's see how much of that detail. So this has Ingleside pink, seafoam green, midnight blue, and hot tamale stroke and coat, light flux, and the whole thing is covered with butterscotch opal. Also had light flux and seafoam on the rim. That's pretty cool on the outside. And I did seafoam where the two colors met. You can see where that carried down. Well, maybe you can't see where that carried down. Let me back it up a little bit. All right. Let's see how they stack. So far, so good. The small one is on the bottom shelf. We will get to that in a minute. Get these kiln posts out of here. All right, this was a refire, and I'm happy with that. I did not like the way that it looked there, so I put some midnight blue over it and a little bit more flux, and I'm loving that. This is colored with mason stain, and then this is porcelain slip that I painted on. I'll do a tutorial on that. Floating blue, midnight blue. I think it had Lynette's opal, and then I fluxed it a little bit. Anyway, I'm really happy with that one. I might have to keep that one. You know, people always keep the ones that fail, but the ones that turn out really nice will typically sell or give away. This was some more Paula McCoy's techniques, practicing painting, practicing backgrounds. Again, the pictures, the exposure is terrible. I'm sorry. I will take better pictures and post them, do an edited video later. This was a cutwork design that I did. It's got midnight blue inside and then Ingleside pink on the outside and in here, and then flux and midnight blue and seafoam on the rim. Not my best work, just experimenting with the cut work and stuff, but cute little double wall dish for fun. All right, here's another one with the stencils, and then the truck and the tractor and stuff were hand painted. A country boy can survive, a country girl will survive. We got a little lamb, a chicken, some veggies, some butterflies and bees, and my logo and corn on the bottom. And that's got midnight blue inside, and it's got a little thin spot there, but it is sealed. Okay, and that was going to be a travel mug, but the lid didn't survive. All right, there's our cones for that. You can see we got a really hot 6. Get this piece of cone off the shelf. And last one on this shelf is another set of nesting bowls. This one is midnight blue. I got a band of flux along here and a band of flux along there. And this one turned out nice. Got a little bump right there. Other than that, it looks really good. I forgot to sign them, so I did my signature with stroke and coat on top of the glaze there. A little bit of kiln shelf stuck to that. Might not have cleaned quite all the glaze off of it. Anyway, the chattering showed up good through the midnight blue. I need to make a bigger batch of that so I can dip it. All right. That is it on that shelf. And let's get this out and see what the bottom looks like. I see one mishap that is probably not too bad. All right, put this shelf down. And bring you in for a look. Woohoo! had a little spitting from that black bowl and a little bit of crawling, it looks like. I was afraid that would happen because the glaze was really thick. My Narikomi earrings look like they turned out okay. They seem tucked in down there behind, between the bowls. One of the bells stayed on its stilt. The other one tilted, did not stick to anything. And there's our third peacock bowl. So let's get these out and take a closer look. And let me see, I got some comments going on here. All right. Thank you, Audrey Lynn. Would love to see a clear photo of your nesting bowls. Yeah, I'll post it later. Take my posterity picture there. And I think this one turned out the best of all of them. I maybe went a little bit heavier on those. Let's see. Sorry about the overexposure. Anyway, they turned out cool. Let's see. And there is the full effect. They kind of look like a flower. I think, anyway. I'm happy with how those turned out. I will take pictures later on today and post them on the socials. And I will do another video with close-up views. All right, so this had butterscotch opal on, and this is standard 266 brown. And then these were underglazes, yellow and orange, and maybe a little of that red. And what I did on the wheel was just variegated them. Kind of mixed the colors together. I think that turned out pretty cool. But that's just me. Anyway, I overlapped a little bit on here, and you can see on the rim it's got a little bit of fluxing going on there. All right, put this under here, trying to get everything stacked in the same tote. All right, let's see how this does. Can I get this off of? Yeah, it came off. I'll have to grind that off right there. And this was cracked before. This was an experiment. These are little Christmas bells that I colored with Paula McCoy's Colors for Earth color concentrate. There's that one, and there's that one. I'm next time, I think, going to bend these in so that they fit inside the bell, because I can just take a Dremel and grind that. But those little things on the rim should be okay. And this is supposed to be a poinsettia. Kind of looks like it, kind of doesn't. Anyway, I'm happy with those for what they were, experimental as they were. Shocker, I experiment, really. Those of you that have been following me for a minute know that pretty much everything I do is an experiment. Okay, these were another experiment. They were Narikomi. They will be earrings. It's got yellow and blue and black mason stain in, I think this is a Laguna Frost. It was scraps. It's either standard 365 or Laguna Frost. Put my stilts over there. Oops, that one's in the grass. Okay. So, whoop, that way. That will be a pair of earrings. I get backwards on this. All right, put them in there. They're very lightweight, very thin. All right, here is another whistle. This is a little birdie, and it's a water whistle. So when it blows, it'll tweet, it'll warble. And she turned out pretty cute. I'm happy with her. This guy is a death whistle, and let's see if I can get this out of here without breaking him. I actually fired him on a stilt up in the crack there, and this is going to take a little work to get that out. I'm breaking him. Ah, all right. I'll have to work on getting him out. Anyway, he's a candy skull, and in the back it says "Embrace the unknown." And right now, the unknown is how to get the stilt out. So I'm going to work on that later. And the last piece in here. Oh yeah, we had some major, way too thick there. Not sure I'll be able to refire that, but the concept was good. Should have put flux on these dots here. I did not. This would have been very cool had it worked, but you can see, I think you can see it's really, really bubbled in there. What I may have to do is turn it upside down on stilts and fire it and see if I can save it. Yeah, but it's a cool pattern. And this one, instead of putting the flux under the glaze, the flux and the stroke and coats and stuff were on top of the glaze. Should have put more yellow and orange. I've got mostly the red. The yellow and the orange were not quite enough, but it's a cool pattern. Anyway, that's a refire. So that's it for today, guys. And I thank you for joining me. Do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button there. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I'm happy with that bowl. No, I did not dress to match the pots. I just threw on what was closest this morning. I'm one of those practical people. Anyway, hit that like and subscribe button. Share it with your friends. Doesn't cost you anything, and it helps out the channel. So I have to get to work. I'm supposed to be there at 11. Fortunately, it is a 5-foot commute. So I will see you guys in the next one, and watch for the close-ups. I'll post them later. Bye.